This is a First Warn Tri-City Severe Weather Alerts. Here is Skylar Doyle.
Oh man, sorry, Mike was not on there. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Tornado possible tag, 60-mile-an-hour winds for Bledsoe, Marion, Ray, and Sequatchie counties. This goes till 2:45 in the morning. As the storm moving out of Grundy County, it actually produced a tornado, or a possible tornado near Fayetteville. Earlier, we had a tornado debris signature on radar, and we are continuing to track this as we head toward Dunlap, Pikeville, up to the northwest of Dayton toward Liberty Hill in this morning, and also far northern Marion County near the Griffith Creek area. Other parts of Marion County, just south of our area, and parts of small parts of Sequatchie County in southern warning here in southeast Tennessee. There's a tornado warning down toward New Hope, Alabama. We do have a little bit of rotation there near Barkertown that is catching my eye, but this is mostly going to be a wind threat. Again, a little bit of spin within this storm, so the National Weather Service has put a tornado possible tag on this storm. Actually back toward Davidson County, back toward the Nashville area, tree down on the house, and there was an injury, a minor injury there in southeast Davidson County, according to the National Weather Service there in Nashville. So, again, we're watching basically this storm pushing out of Grundy County into Sequatchie County and then into Bledsoe and Ray counties in southeast Tennessee. This warning goes until 2:45 Eastern, 1:45 Central. We're battling time zone differences here where this warning is in place. So just want to know, we'll be telling you some different time zones. But again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. If we get a tornado warning, obviously we're going to be here to let you know about it first. This severe thunderstorm warning, one reason we're on the air for is it does have that tornado possible tag, indicating that a quick spin up tornado cannot be ruled out. I don't need to put that up yet. So I need to take us back radar full, and I can control this here. So again, let me turn on. Just gotta fix one thing here with our time. With the new upper third that we have. So again, this is still very laggy. And we're watching this potential here closely of some severe weather, and that is why we're on the air with this potential and with these severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect at the current time. And as they move on to the north and east, again through Pikeville, through Lee Station, and then just to the northwest of Dayton. It might be working again. So, no, it's being really laggy. So we're going to do some restarting on a few things here to get that connection with our green screen and our camera, our green screen and our computer here fixed, and so we can be ready to go here to help. And in case there's a tornado warning, because we want to be able to use the law to point out this to you street by street, and because that is one good technology that we have at Green WX and First Warn Tri-City, that we can get on the green screen and we can provide live coverage, just like any TV station would, if you watched TV severe weather coverage. And just gotta check that. Okay, that's down in Alabama. And again, we're watching a little bit of rotation within this storm. It's definitely not a strong rotation by any means, but it is some weak rotation. It's got the National Weather Service in Morristown concerned enough for the tornado possible tag on their severe thunderstorm warning. And so that's kind of caught our eye. Again, the rotation fairly weak within this, and that's why there is no tornado warning. And if there was a tornado warning, we'd be doing our best to be on the green screen, keep folks updated on this severe weather threat here that we have. And we do have a severe thunderstorm watch. Let's see if we can pull up the watch. I'm not sure if we can. Let's see here. Severe thunderstorm watch. And we do have that severe thunderstorm watch. It's up on your screen. This goes from 5 a.m. This is for the Knoxville area and off to the south and west. And let's still pixelating and lagging a little bit. Our camera is. We're gonna try to do our best here to get this up and going for you folks. So again, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning here. Bakertown to Dunlap is really the immediate path, and really just storm track on this. Check here with the National Weather Service and see how fast these storms are moving. The severe thunderstorm warning by the National Weather Service in Morristown. The severe thunderstorm is located 11 miles northeast of Grudy Lager, or 12 miles northwest of Dunlap, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So if I pull up this, I move it northeast at 45. We're going to take this toward Pikeville and Spring City. So we now have a new tornado warning in Alabama. We'll get to that in a moment because that is outside of the coverage area. But I want to watch the direction of that storm because it does include Jackson and DeKalb County right on the border. We're going to try to take us here on the green screen. This is heading toward Dunlap, and as you know, as soon as I take us, we start pixelating out a little bit. But Mount Airy at 2:20 a.m. in the morning, Lee Station at 2:32, Pikeville at 2:38, Laurel Brook at 2:39, Summer City at 2:41, Cumberland Spring at 2:45, Autumn at 3:02, and Spring City at 3:03. All these times I do want to know are Eastern time zone. So Central time, Eastern time could interfere a little bit. So if you're in the Central time zone, just take an hour off of that. Zoom out, and that's heading east into Georgia. That will pose no threat to southeast Tennessee. We also have some strong storms ongoing in Scott County, Tennessee, Oneida, Huntsville, down to Sunbright, and Wartburg and Morgan County. These storms are pushing out of Fentress County, and could be producing some strong winds. The National Weather Service in Morristown is saying up to 40 miles an hour from Sunbright up to Oneida. And then again, we have the one severe thunderstorm warning by the National Weather Service in Morristown. And this storm has some broad rotation with it. Here, it's weak, but it is something that we're watching here as we are just west of Pikeville here. This is still in Sequatchie County. This would be where our rotation would be in this thunderstorm, and it's pushing off to the north and east. So again, that is where we have the potential of a little bit of rotation within the storm, and I'm going to put a very direct storm track on this storm from where I'm seeing any rotation to Pikeville at 45 miles an hour. I think the Weather Service says the storm is moving at 40, but we're just going to move 5 miles an hour faster because these things do speed up and slow down a little bit. And I'll put it at Pikeville at 2:39 Eastern. That'd be 1:39 in the Central Time Zone. And we do want to know here. If I take this time right here, my finger's behind it, but that is Eastern time. So 2:11 up on the top of your screen. That is Eastern time. And again, this here is our area of a circulation and a tornado warning for Bledsoe, Ray, and Rome counties until 3 o'clock. We now have an active tornado warning, folks. Bledsoe, Ray, and Rome counties until 3 a.m. At 2:10 a.m., the National Weather Service in Morristown says a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles west of Pikeville, moving off to the northeast at 75 miles an hour. This is just north of Dunlap. Let me get this off the printer. And we're now from a severe storm warning to a tornado warning. So let me fix that for us. And then we will get going with our coverage as that warning is just now coming off the wire from the National Weather Service. We have a tornado warning, just to let you know about it. Just service until 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Central for Ray, Bledsoe, and Rome counties in East Tennessee. So here, if you are in East Tennessee, this is about to pop up. Oh, it's for another circulation. It's a circulation that I wasn't even watching, but it's for this circulation right up here at 2:10 a.m. Eastern, 11:10 Central. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles west of Pikeville, moving off to the northeast at 45 miles an hour. This is radar indicated rotation and does get into Rome County, Bledsoe County, and Ray County. So let me go ahead and zoom out. And Cumberland County See, this is where we get into weather service boundary issues. Need to be on guard because southern Cumberland could get clipped by the National Weather Service in Nashville if they decide to warn this. Let's pull on down these times where you can see them below our upper third. Griffith at 2:17. All these times are eastern. Mount Crest at 2:21. Tip Top at 2:21. West End at 2:22. 9 Mile at 2:32. Burke at 2:40. Ideal Valley at 2:47. Crab Orchard in southern Cumberland County at 2:56. Eagle Point Cabin area as we get closer to the 3 o'clock time frame. Again, this is a tornado warned storm here for parts of parts of Gray, Bledsoe, and Roane County, but southern Cumberland will need to be on alert. With just how this storm is moving, it could clip southern Cumberland County. Again, this is a tornado warning within this area right here. That is where we have a tornado warning in effect here on first warn Doppler radar. And again, a tornado warning parts of Ray, Bledsoe, and Roane counties here at 2:13 a.m. in the morning. So again, this is a radar indicated rotation moving toward Pikeville. If you're in Pikeville, Tennessee, in Bledsoe County, we ask that you take shelter right now due to the potential of a tornado in your area. Again, just trying to get this out on all the social platforms, so stick with me here as we do that. As we are almost done with that. And we just got that out there, so that is good. So again, we're live with that tornado warning here. This is we need you to take shelter now, so we're going to go double boxing. We're going to pull out our double box, the tornado safety graphic. So this is where our area of circulation is. It is a broad area of circulation, but nonetheless, an area of circulation right here. If you are in downtown Pikeville or near downtown Pikeville, we need to go to your safe place right now. Where is that? That's in the bottom corner of your screen. We have those safety tips for you, but that's the lowest floor of a sturdy structure. You don't want to be in a mobile home. You don't want to be in a car right now. But the lowest floor of a sturdy structure, away from outdoor walls and windows, and stay away and put a helmet on to protect from flying debris. Let me get back to the chat room there. That is from Huntsville, so no worry to us. And again, we do have this potential of a tornado near Lee Station heading to Pikeville. North of Spring City is where this will stay. But again, southern Cumberland County most likely will stay south of Crossville. Could get clipped by this tornado warned storm here. And let's switch to radar full. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the double box and turn me off. Can we do that? Yes. Perfect. So again, it's 2:15 or now 2:16 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Skylar Doyle here with you. For First Warn Tri-Cities in Green WX, we're only on Green WX right now due to the location of this thunderstorm not being toward the Tri-Cities coverage area. This is well southwest of Knoxville. If this was north of Knoxville, we would go on there. So again, this storm could produce a brief tornado. If you are in Pikeville, if you are in Mars Hill, Spring City, Grandview, Mount Sulphur, 9 Mile, Saratoga Springs, Cold Spring, Cooper Mill, Hilltop Acres, we need you to be in that safe place right now. And again, this gets into a very small part of Roane County near Pioneer Village and Glen Alice here along Highway 27. Basically between Lakemont Heights and Spring City, we advise no travel as this possible tornado will make its way toward that direction here. And this is a very it's kind of broad area of circulation. It's not very tight, but we're going to continue to watch this. This would now be just north of the Pikeville near Sampson. That's where I would see the best chance if we have a tornado within this storm. That's where I'd see the best chance of a tornado. Again, this is a radar indicated tornado until it's tornado warning until 3 a.m. And again, the National Weather Service saying this is moving off to the northeast at 45 miles an hour, so we're going to track this off to the north and east at 45. Wrong thing. Again, this is just north of Pikeville, and again, this is going to clip far, far, far southern Cumberland County Eventually, it could clip a bigger portion of Roane County and possibly parts of Morgan County. So at 45 miles an hour, we're going to put this to where you can see everything here. Mountain Crest at 220, Cold Spring at 226, Milo at 238, Bonham at 246, Crab Orchard at 254. It's going to affect parts of I-40 if it holds together. Terrace View at 259, Glen Alice at 259, Daysville at 301, Webster at 309, Pine Orchard at 312. Try to see if I can get a time for Harriman at 316. If this storm stays on its current path, again, this possible tornado would be near Pikeville, according to the National Weather Service, and what we're seeing. So tornado warning remains in effect here. And again, this rotation here, it's near Tip Top or just east of Mount Crest. So right around here would be our circulation. Somewhere in this general facility is where we're seeing the potential of a brief spin up of a tornado. You do not want to try to look for this tornado. You're not going to see it because it is nighttime. If we turn it to our reflectivity, this tornado is rain rat. It's in this line of storms, and it's going to be a brief spin-up tornado if we have one. So you want to get to the lowest level of your home, interior room, away from outside walls and windows. This is not a strong, violent tornado by any means, but it is a tornado, and you need to take it seriously. Here again, if you are in Bledsoe County, into Ray County, and then a small slither of Roane County is involved in this tornado warning as well, and we could very much see this extended into southern Cumberland County. That is up to the National Weather Service in Nashville. Everyone else covered by the National Weather Service in Morristown, Tennessee, but the National Weather Service over back in Nashville covers Cumberland County. So we are going to check and see if they are going to warn parts of Cumberland County if they plan to potentially just to make this polygon look a whole lot better. But again, this is where our area of rotation would be, and this is going to get basically ride Cumberland County line here. So Cumberland, Ray County, Bledsoe County, here we're kind of all these three meet. That's probably where this tornado is going to cross. And this is moving northeast here at 45 miles an hour, and we are live here on the air with this severe weather coverage because of this warning. And this is where we will have that potential, and we're going to keep that potential from rotation within this thunderstorm. And we are watching to see if a tornado could develop within this storm here. So again, we're watching this storm very closely, as this is an overnight threat. So if you know people in this warning, they might not have got the warning. You want to let them know. You want to call them, text them, wake them up. Tell them, hey, there's a tornado warning. Tune into live coverage, and we're going to be right here to keep you up to date on this potential of a tornado in Bledsoe, Ray, and a small slither of Roane County. It is more or less Glen Alice, Pioneer Village, and that's in parts of Highway 27 in Roane County. But I'd say between Lakemont Heights and Spring City, just to be on the safe side, don't travel on Highway 27 due to this potential tornado moving through Bledsoe County, going to push into Ray County, southern Cumberland County here over the next few minutes or so, as we continue to watch this area of rotation right here near Highway 127 between Melvine and Pikeville. I advise no travel there as well. As this storm moves off to the north and east, it might stay just south of Cumberland County. That would help with our warning situation a lot, not coordinating with two different offices, to say the least. But again, this is the potential of an isolated, quick spin-up tornado, and we have that potential through about 5, 6 a.m. That's how long that severe thunderstorm watch that we still have, and we'll take you to it real quick, is in effect. That's until 5 a.m. for basically the central to East Tennessee Valley, the Plateau, and the Southern Valley. That's in that watch. Let's go to the back to the double boxing here, because I think this double boxing very effective, gets the tornado safety message across, and you get to see radar. And as we are looking, this is just north of Cold Spring, 9 Mile, Melvin, and again, this is pushing off to the north and east. So I'm going to put a new track on this at 45. And again, this might clip southern Cumberland. If I'm pushing it at 45 miles an hour, We are going to look at Milo around 2:35. Cold Spring at 2:25 a.m. This is all Eastern time. If you're in the Central time zone, take an hour back on this at 1:25 for Cold Spring. 9 Mile at 2:28. Melvine at 2:32. Luminary at 2:35. Burke at 2:36. Allen Way at 2:47 a.m. And again, this rotation continues here on radar. The National Weather Service in Morristown just said something on their Twitter. What I'm about to read you is from the National Weather Service in Morristown. Just a quick update here. Storms have now entered East Tennessee and will continue to pose a damaging wind threat with the potential for a few quick spin-up tornadoes. Make sure to have multiple ways of getting warnings and know where your safe place is. Again, the southeast part of Cumberland County could get affected by this rotational couplet that is moving just northeast of Pikeville now. Going to push into parts of Ray County. This would be parts of northeast Ray County, parts of Roane County, west central part. Again, it's a very small slither of Roane County within this morning. This goes until 3 Eastern, 2 Central. No update from the Weather Service on this particular storm yet. This morning goes until 3 and it's 2:24. So we still have 35 minutes left on this tornado warning for Bledsoe, Ray, Roane counties. And again, southeast Cumberland, technically not in the warning, but the National Weather Service in Morristown does not have jurisdiction over Cumberland County. That's up to the National Weather Service in Nashville to decide what they're going to do on Cumberland County. They would opt to include them in a warning. And National Weather Service is going to continue the tornado warning. The Weather Service in Morristown is, they're going to say at 2:24 a.m. Eastern, 1:24 a.m. Central, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles to the northeast of Pikeville, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. Again, this is a radar indicated tornado. I'm going to get back on the wall and point a few things out to you here, I do believe. So again, this is a radar indicated tornado, and this tornado is about right here. This is about where that tornado is, right there in Bledsoe County. Going to push into parts of Ray County, southeast Cumberland County near Allen Way. Crab Orchard could end up potentially getting impacted by this, but most likely not into Roane County. I'll take me back off as we are having a little bit of glitching with our green screen, but we have a tornado warning, and I want to point this out to you. And this is where we're tracking that potential of a tornado here in this area, and we will continue to track that potential as we go through 5, 6 a.m. and then the severe weather threat will be over, and us that do these live streams and that keep you updated here, we can sleep a little bit. So that will be that'll be nice and pleasant to be able to sleep. But again, this will remain here a tornado warning according to the National Weather Service in Morristown. Let me let you know what they said on their last update here. I'm having some trouble getting the text of that update. Let's see here. I think I can get it right here. Let's check. Potential tornado 7 miles northeast of Pikeville, moving northeast at 45. This tornadic thunderstorm remain over mainly rural areas of northeast Ray, northeast Bledsoe, and west central Roane counties. And when I say Roane County, I mean a very small part of Roane County. I don't mean a huge part of Roane County. Because it's the very small slither of Roane County. National Weather Service in Nashville has canceled the tornado watch for Coffee, Grundy, Van Buren, Warren, and White County. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect for East Tennessee, for most of East Tennessee, I should say. Let's see here if we can pop this up in our box and make this a triple box here. Which source that is, and we then will do that. So there's that watch, and we're going to go back to the double box quickly, and that watch will pop up on the double box in just moments, and we will put that. Sorry, that covered up radar for just a minute. Seeing a little bit of behind the scenes work. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm watch that's going to be located here In the bottom left corner of your screen, the counties in yellow there are in a severe storm watch until 5 a.m. A couple of isolated tornadoes and a few damaging wind gusts will be the main threat. Again, it's 2:28 in the morning on the in the Eastern time zone. It is 1:28 in the Central time zone. We currently do have, and that radar scan is contaminated with some ground clutter. We'll switch to the Morristown radar, see what view we can get off this. And we'll continue to watch these storms closely here as they push off to the north and east. Again, this is a pretty good line of storms with some damaging straight line winds. And again, we have a tornado warning for parts of Bledsoe, Ray, and Roane counties until 3 a.m. And we're going to be watching this very closely from the National Weather Service here. And we do believe this tornado could be on the ground right now, so that's why we're on the air. We'll keep you updated on this potential of severe weather. The rotation will be pushing into Ray County here very shortly, the National Weather Service. Let's just go ahead and say it. This is in radar no man's land. There's nothing else I can tell you about this. I think Nashville might actually be giving us the best look at this. So we're going to go with the Nashville radar because I can detect the rotation a little better. This is our rotation. It's moving off to the northeast at 40. And again, it's not that strong, folks, but this is giving us a look at this storm. And I'm going to do a very small storm track at 45 miles an hour. Malvine at 231. Linton at 232, Bonham at 242, Eagle Point at 253, and Apello Shores at 2:53 a.m. as well. Let's see, was Grandview not on there? It was not. Okay. So again, but this is where we are detecting rotation within the thunderstorm itself, and that is why there's a tornado warning on this storm. Bledsoe County about to push into Ray County. Small slither of Roane County within this. Let's check in on this line of wind and rain pushing into Chattanooga. Make sure we have no rotation, and I don't see anything indicative of rotation to me in that part of the line, in the southern part until we get down into Alabama. I do see some rotation in this northern part up here into Bledsoe County, and then going to move into Ray County, and then Roane County eventually, if it holds itself together, and again could flip far southern Cumberland County. Again, this is a tornado warning storm until 3 a.m. for Bledsoe, Roane, and Ray counties. These storms could drop a tornado almost instantly. So we want you to be in your safe place if you're in this area. We're watching these storms down here as well, folks. We don't want to forget about you if you're down toward Dunlap. But right now, those rotations have weakened. It is this one tornado warning storm that is holding its own as it pushes from Bledsoe almost into Ray County here. And again, the Weather Service, in their latest tornado warning update, still staying moving to the northeast at 45. Let's switch to the radar from Morristown. It don't give us a good view. Nashville gives us, it's a higher up view, but I think it's a better look at how this where the rotation is in this thunderstorm, and a better look for us to be able to see it. This is our rotation pushing toward Grandview. If you're in Grandview, we really need you in that safe place. Basically between Rock Road and Spring City, advising no travel on Highway 27. Again, this is from Nashville. This is looking high up, but some pretty strong rotation near Luminary. Again, pushing off to the north and east. I'm going to hop back on the wall here for tornado warning procedures here, like we would do in a normal tornado warning situation. That's what this is. Just it's at 2:32 a.m. in the morning here, where our studios are at in Bristol. But again, it is this storm right here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. I need to get to that. It is, let me get the information for you right now. Just got the text. It is for Bledsoe, Hamilton, Marion, and Sequatchie County. This includes downtown Chattanooga, and this has a tornado possible tag. Also, strong thunderstorm alerts. So a lot of alerts coming through for Campbell County, including downtown Eufaula, until 3 a.m. for wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. But if a tornado, right now, our main focus is going to be on this tornado warning. I will zoom out and give us a wide view, I promise, in just a moment. We got rotation near Luminary, pushing off to the northeast. This will stay most likely north of Spring City, north of Mars Hill, past near Grandview, no travel on Highway 27 between basically Rockwood and Roane County, down to Spring City and Ray County. That is where our rotation is at here, that the National Weather Service is warning on. Lesto County, give me just a few minutes to give you the all clear. Pikeville, Sampson, all clear. Melvine, Luminary, give me a few more minutes. Highway 127, all from Cumberland County, Crossville down to Pikeville, all clear. Again, you want to go into that tornado safe zone. If you're in this warning, I'm not giving you an all clear, go to that tornado safe zone. That does include Greenview. Spring City, I would do it just to be on the safe side. It's probably broken out by the warning. So I would be on the safe side here and go to my tornado safe place if I was in Spring City or Mars here. That is exactly where I would be. Let me check the latest notification here from the National Weather Service chat room. They continue. Actually, it's probably going to be best if we zoom out to show you that new severe thunderstorm warning. What we need to be doing, because this includes Chattanooga. The Weather Service is noting that this storm could be trying to rotate, and well, we don't want that. This is moving into pretty highly populated areas. The National Weather Service here. Let me pop this warning text up here on the monitor. Got a lot going on. 2:32 or 2:34 in the morning. Did we just get another warning? Let me check. No. Okay. Severe thunderstorm warning for southeast Sequatchie, south central Bledsoe, eastern Marion, and central Hamilton counties in East Tennessee until 3:30 a.m. Eastern, 2:30 Central daylight time. At 2:31 Eastern, 1:31 Central, severe thunderstorm over Jasper moving to the northeast at 40 miles an hour with 60-mile-an-hour winds and a tornado possible. But these was the circulation is not strong enough to issue a tornado warning right now. Maybe a little bit going on near Mineral Springs and Marion County. Could push right toward Chattanooga. So that is definitely something we're going to be watching. Let's switch back to the Nashville radar. Get a good grasp on our rotation. It is heading toward Ray County. We've not got a scan from Nashville here over the last little bit. We are going to try to get that here. National Weather Service in Huntsville noting that a tornado is on the ground in Jackson County down in Alabama. So nowhere near east Tennessee, or just south of the border in Jackson County near Flat Rock, there is a tornado on the ground, showing the atmosphere is capable of producing tornadoes. A new severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, this is a huge one. Bledsoe, Hamilton, Loudoun, McMinn, Meigs, Monroe, Morgan, Ray, Roane County, tornado possible, severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-an-hour winds till 3:30 in the morning. I got a feeling we're going to be here a little while. I just got that suspicious feeling. We're going to be standing in front of a green. I'm going to be standing in front of a green wall for a little while longer here. So we're going to continue our live coverage here on Green WX as we continue to do so here. So I'm just going to checking these things here closely, and we're going to keep this tornado warning. Our rotation is crossing from Bledsoe into Ray counties. So we can keep our double box on. I'm going to have to pull it up this way. And this is where our rotation is, folks, right here. That's our rotation. It is weakening, which is some good news. Let's zoom out. This is not as big of a warning as I thought it was, but if this keeps getting extended, hello Knoxville. It's about how you put that one. If this would keep being extended, hello Knoxville. It is for this line of storms. Again, part of it's tornado warning, but a larger area, which is now severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to go full screen here with this for a moment. we'll go back to the double box. I think that's very effective, but it's just part of this is just east of Crossville, down just east of Pikeville, down towards Sawney Daisy. Athens is in this. Harriman is in this. Knoxville, you are not in this yet, but heads up, you could be soon. Again, this severe thunderstorm watch goes as the green screen freezes until 3 a.m. We are waiting here for something more from the National Weather Service in Morristown. And a great time for Nashville sending out their climate reports. So the tornado warning's been canceled. So that's some good news. We are out of a tornado warning situation. So let me quickly switch this back to severe thunderstorm warning. Now, a tornado could quickly spin right back up in these storms, according to the National Weather Service. That's why they keep the severe thunderstorm warnings with the tornado possible tag going. We're not going to go anywhere besides for about 2 minutes. I don't have any water in the studio, so I'm going to go get a drink of water, and I will be right back. So again, stick with us. The tornado warnings expired here at 2:38 a.m. We are no longer with any tornado warnings in any part of our coverage area here for Green WX. So we're going to take a quick 60-second pause, go get some water, we'll be right back, and we'll continue to provide live coverage here on Green WX, and I'll leave you with radar views so you can see all the warnings that are in effect from basically Harriman, or far southern Morgan County, all the way down to Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama line. All right, I'm back and with water. So again, we do have these warnings, and let me check the chat room, make sure I didn't miss anything while I was gone. Nope. So still with no tornado warnings, just severe thunderstorm warnings now, but I'm not too comfortable with going off the air right now. I feel like it is best and if we stay on the air. Since we have tornado possible severe thunderstorm warnings, we're going to probably stay on the air with this here. So let me just let folks know that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so again, running solo here tonight on these warnings. So let's go down to Chattanooga. Let's make sure we got nothing suspicious going on down this direction. Rotation wise, there's some fairly strong winds. I'm not seeing anything rotating. Just a little bit up near Grandview, but nothing that's eye-popping. I still would not be shocked for a quick spin up here toward Grandview, right on the Cumberland-Rhea County line. Again, we're in between 3 radars. Yeah, kind of shocked they let this go. It's rotating pretty good. Yeah. This is still rotating right into Spring City. If you're in Spring City, I would just be in my safe place just in case that this tried to spin something back up. You've done been woken up by the first tornado warning that we had, so another drink of water. I would just be there. I just in case something. Well, not a weekend on Alaskan, but we got something trying in Cumberland. All right, so this would be for Morgan and Rome. Let me send this over just in case. just so I can get a second opinion on this. Oh, this is going to be pushing toward Harriman. Yeah, I want a second opinion on that. But that's trying to rotate as well. And again, we're seeing these little quick spin up tornadoes, or possible tornadoes, I should say, within this line of shower and thunderstorm activity. Yeah, this is still got some kinks in it. And we continue to watch these closely. Again, lots of radar issues, but almost every radar is showing that near Crab Orchard. So I'm gonna continue. So let's go back to the national radar. I feel like it's got the best look at this. It's a little further away, a little higher up. But again, I do feel like it does have the best look at this potential tornado that's gonna, or potential rotation area within this line near Crab Orchard. All three radars show this. So let me show you where this is at, and then we'll go from there. So this is our rotation area right here. Okay, where these red and these greens are coming together, that's a tightening area of rotation that we're watching closely. That would push into the Oakdale and Harriman area here. This could impact travel along I-40 near Kingston, but southern Morgan County, parts of Roane County would have to be on guard. This is what we had tornado warned earlier. It is weakening, and that is the good news. That's when we had that first tornado warning. But again, this up here is strengthening basically from Oakdale, in between Oakdale and Rockwood. That would be my next area of concern if we was to get a tornado warning for anywhere. That would be my area of concern. And again, Morristown radar is showing this rotation, and even if I switch down to Huntsville, Alabama radar, which I think that should do it. Okay, maybe not. We're even seeing a rotation on the Huntsville radar. Huntsville radar seeing a little bit near Spring City as well. That's kind of concerning me. And again, this is the best radar to look at if we're looking at Chattanooga and the storms there in Chattanooga that are going to be moving in. And these are could be producing some small hail as they push over Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It does the severe thunder. Both severe thunderstorm warnings do have the tornado possible tag. It's entirely impossible for a tornado. Now I think the northern warning would have the best chance if we was to see a quick spin up of a tornado. That northern warning does stand the best chance. New severe thunderstorm warning for Anderson, Campbell, Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties in Tennessee for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Getting awfully close to the Tri-Cities coverage area, at least. Not to the metro, but to the coverage area. So what we are going to do here is we are going to make sure that everything is popped up right here, and we are gonna. I gotta set up just a few things behind the scenes. We might be doing a reset here at some point here in the next little bit. That new warning goes until 3:30 in the morning, by the way. For those of you that are wondering, the new warning that just got issued by the National Weather Service includes Oak Ridge, Clinton, and Harriman. And it's Anderson, Campbell, Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties. This would eventually potentially include the Knoxville area if this warning's continued. This one does not have the tornado possible tag on it. There's a little bit of rotation back in Cumberland County, though, but this is more for 60-mile-an-hour straight line winds. I will say the severe thunderstorm watch is verifying. We will say that because we do have the severe thunderstorm warnings in a broad area of rotation in eastern Cumberland County, and we're going to be watching that area very closely there in parts of Cumberland County, far eastern Cumberland County, pushed toward Harriman if it was to do anything. And again, we're on Morristown. I want to go to Huntsville. again, there could be a little bit of high winds. Let's turn on our inspector tool. 60, 70 miles an hour pushing into Chattanooga. We're on 60 though, on top of Lookout Mountain, maybe up to 70 miles an hour would be possible. Again, these storms here near Spring City are strong, severe with 60-mile-an-hour winds. And then the south of Fairfield Glade will watch. But again, these storms are mainly wind. Quick spin up cannot be ruled out, but they are mainly wind storms at 2:48 a.m. in the morning. And we're going to have to continue to watch these storms as they continue to march off to the east. This is basically from Sunbright. We have basically severe thunderstorm warnings from Sunbright all the way down to Chattanooga. And really, I went from Sunbright, Tennessee, down to Lafayette, Georgia. We have severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have one tornado warning within that down in Georgia. Again, from Sunbright, Tennessee, down to Lafayette, Georgia, severe thunderstorm warnings for this line of storms, 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Actually, all these are for 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Some of these do have the tornado possible tag on them, which means a quick spin up tornado cannot be entirely ruled out. Let's take you to the severe thunderstorm watching, still in effect until 5 a.m. for the entirety of the Central Valley down into the Southern Valley here. We're going to continue to watch these storms very closely for that potential of, again, damaging straight line winds. That's your main threat. A low end threat, though, maybe something quickly spinning up and producing an isolated tornado. That's what we're seeing. That was what we saw the potential of earlier with the tornado warning that we had for parts of Bledsoe, Ray, and Roane counties, which is now expired by the National Weather Service in Morristown. But that was issued around 2:10 this morning. We was on the air with that. Actually, we was on the air when the warning was issued. We was already on the air covering severe thunderstorm warning when we got that tornado warning. Switch down to Huntsville, just to again, keeping an eye on all of these storms as they continue to push through. Gonna watch to see if this area, eastern Cumberland, pushing into parts of Roane and Morgan County, continues to strengthen, but it looks to be weakening. This looks to be a 60 mile an hour wind, just squall line of rain and wind. An embedded tornado cannot be totally ruled out here. What we're going to do is we're going to track this off to the east. Let's see what the latest warning has this moving at. Wow, 60. Okay. So, no matter what, we're going to have some strong winds down to the surface with how fast this is moving. That warning says 45. The new one says 60. We're going to go with 55 here. I'm going to have to change this to a linear mode instead of cellular mode. And we're going to track these at 55 miles an hour. These might be a little slow. These might be a little fast. Knoxville around 3:34 o'clock. So 3:42 in the morning, you've got a little less than an hour to prepare for some damaging winds in the Knoxville area. As you get up toward Morristown, around 4:30 in the morning. Newport around 4:26. Louisville around 3:30. Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs at 3:25. Oak Ridge at around 3:23. And again, Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs, Clanton in this morning as well, 3:37. Down to Athens at 3:12. Loudon at 3:13. Chilhowie View at 3:40. Pigeon Forge at 4:02 this morning. Try to find Maryville on here. Townsend at 3:51. And a new warning for Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk. Okay, so let's just clear this off our screen. So this is a continuation of the Chattanooga warning off to the east. Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk counties until 3:30. National Weather Service Doppler radar indicating 60 mile an hour winds. no tornado possible tag on this, just a wind threat. It's this middle ground warning that has the tornado possible tag, and I think the next update from the National Weather Service might take the tornado possible tag off of that warning, which would be, well, good news. And that is especially what we're tracking here as we continue to watch this potential of a few quick spin-ups of a tornado. I cannot rule that out at all. And the isolated damaging wind or scattered damaging winds along this line of primarily 60 miles an hour. We've been talking about this for a few days now. Again, we continue to agree that these severe storms would move through, and a low end risk to the northeast of Knoxville toward the Tri-Cities, the higher risk basically Knoxville west, and that is exactly what has been going on here as we continue to track these. Here with severe thunderstorm warnings. There are no tornado warnings, and I'm going to do at 3 a.m. we're going to do an examination of this line to determine if I think it is good to go off the air. That's probably what I'm going to do as long as we have no tornado warnings. That's most likely what I will do. So just going to notify some people of that. Alright, so again, as long as we have no tornado warnings or areas that we think that we have concern of, we will go off the air at 3 a.m. So we're going to continue this coverage for another 5 or 6 minutes or so. It'll be about an hour of severe weather coverage, close to that, a little less, but pretty close to an hour. So let's skip down to Huntsville. Let's make sure we got nothing in these storms. And then as we go up north, we're still watching these a little bit. They're just not looking impressive rotation-wise to me. Do they have some damaging winds? Definitely. But I think the tornado risk is getting pretty low here as we continue to have this. So we're going to stay on the air for at least about 5 more minutes or so as we watch this line. And it's continuing to push to Knoxville. And I'm glad I stayed on because we have a new Moscow discussion. Line of storms with local transition embedded low-level circulations continue to move eastward at around 50 knots across East Tennessee and Northeast Georgia. Visibility diminishes with eastward extent, is what they're saying, so that's your thunderstorm feel. In the immediate vicinity of a line, a brief tornado recently occurred over Jackson County, Alabama, with a briefly strong low-level spin up in the line. Lack of instability downstream from the storm suggests a gradual decrease in storm intensity. However, strong wind gusts or brief tornado may still occur in the next 1 to 2 hours in the area that the National Weather Service outlined. Basically from Morristown south. So basically, I don't know if it's popped in here yet. We're not waiting for it. I'll pop it pretty quick. I'll pull these up, and if it pops up before 3, you'll see it. If not, I'll try to draw it out for us. But again, this is where the threat of severe weather remain basically east of the line. Southwest Virginia, very hesitant on doing this because of what I'm seeing up here from Jackson. Hold up, let me examine this real quick. I was about to give us all clear to a couple areas, but yeah, I think from the severe weather threat, Southwest Virginia, East Kentucky, all clear. This is a East Tennessee thing. So I think Southwest Virginia and Southeast Kentucky all clear from the severe weather threat. This is more of a East Tennessee and Western North Carolina thing. So I think by the time this gets to most of our Western North Carolina counties, it'll be weakened. I don't think by the time it gets toward the Tri-Cities, it will most likely be weakened. But I'm not going to rule out Hawkins, Greene, Hancock County, Hamilton County getting clipped by a severe thunderstorm warning. If that happens, we'll obviously be here to let you know about it. But again, we're coming up on the. That's want to do it. It just wants to do it right at 3, does it? Right there near 10 mile. It's an interesting little area. I'm gonna check it here on something behind the scenes. Yeah, actually, that's trying. May I get a second opinion on this? And then I will, once I get a second opinion, we will be good to go. Okay, so it's 2:58. We got about 2 more minutes left until we're gonna sign off the air. Been on the air for almost an hour now. We came on the air right after 2 a.m. So we're gonna have about an hour of severe weather coverage under our belts for a Saturday, early Saturday morning. That's good for me. I would have rather been asleep, but that is definitely good for me. So I do want to note that while we have the severe thunderstorm watch, we only have about a minute left. Here, severe thunderstorm watch until 5 a.m. for the central Southern Valley and then to the plateau. But once the line passes over you, you're done. So Marion County, you're done. Chattanooga, western parts of Chattanooga, you're done. Eastern parts are still getting the line. Pikeville, you're done. Crossville, you're done. Sunbright, you're done. Fentress County, all of it, you're done. All of Fentress County, you're done. Oneida and Huntsville, you're about done with the severe threat. So again, I'm going to draw a line here. We're going to switch back to radar. We got maybe 1 more minute left here that we're going to stay on. Basically, you're west of that white line. So out here, we're going to ride out and all clear. See, we're having a little fun on the live stream here. Okay, so, whoa, okay, hold up. Yeah, we're just going to be holding here for just a second. Want to read this. So, Chattanooga Airport, a wind gust of 67 miles an hour. And then the National Weather Service is officially giving Bledsoe County all clear, clearing you from all warnings. But continuing parts of Hamilton, Loudoun, McMinn, Meigs, Monroe, Morgan, Ray, and Rowan counties until 3:30. This warning, the middle ground warning. Oh, here's that Moscow discussion. I was wondering what that blue box was. Okay, let's take our warnings off real quick here. I'll keep tornado on in case one pops up. Hang on, gotta remove one more box here. So again, basically if you're in this blue box from just north of Clinton here, from southern Campbell County down into North Georgia, this is where the highest threat of severe weather and probably the only threat of severe weather will be for the remainder of the night. If you're in the Tri-Cities, your threat is very low. If you're Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Newport, your threat's very low. It already popped off our screen, so I don't have much more time to discuss it. We're past 3 o'clock. We went to 3:01. We're just going to go for another minute to say we was only here for an hour tonight. I'll do one quick recap. Obviously, if there's more warnings, we'll come back on. But again, warnings remain in effect for Oak Ridge, Clinton, down to Harriman, to Athens, to Cleveland. And again, that's for parts of Campbell, Scott. This is the easiest way to do this. This is for parts of Hamilton, Loudoun, McMinn, Meigs, Monroe, Morgan, Ray, Rowan, Anderson, Campbell, Morgan, Scott. Sorry, these keep coming through. And also Bradley, McMinn, Meigs, Polk County. So that's your warnings that are in effect. We are going to get ready to go off the air. Let me turn that Moscow discussion off so you don't have to see that. We should just do a good view of the warnings that are in effect. I'll get back up in front of the wall just to close this out here. So it's been live severe weather coverage from Green WX for the past hour. We had 1 tornado warning. We still have severe thunderstorm warnings moving off the plateau into the Central Valley. If we have any more warnings issued, especially if we have any tornado warnings, we'll be right back on the air with live continuous wall-to-wall coverage. But for now, we're going to go off the air. We'll be back as need be live from the First Warn Severe Weather Center. I'm Skylar Dorn.